Hello and welcome to the Normal Show. Woo! Hey, tropes. Today we're gonna talk about tropes. So, what does novel, comic book, video game, action figure, board game, role-playing game? What does all those things have in common? They all implied a narrative. And when we say narrative, we say tropes. Tropes are recurring element and idea that come back from one thing to another. Sometimes they are overused and they're more cliched, and sometimes they are comforting and fun. Like a doo-doo, or like ice cream, or an old pair of shoes. And they're like, ah, yes, good. It's good to see you again, tropes. Like you, tropes. So I want to do something positive today. I'm going to talk about my 10 favorite tropes from all kind of media. All media come from movie, action figure, all this. Nothing specific. All right, are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? All right, 10. A cog and the machine. A cog and a machine. This is one the protagonist of the stories. You realize that it could have been anybody else. It could have been that other guy. The guy is a soldier, a cop, regular guy who just happened to be at this place at the wrong time, at the wrong moment. And you realize that in the grand scheme of theme, we could have followed anybody else and it would have been as interesting. But we're following that guy. He's not the chosen one, or she. He or she is not the chosen one. There's nothing really special about him except the circumstances and the stories. I like that because it's kind of a nudge to the, hey, it could happen to you and stuff. And I like this. I think it make the protagonist of a story a lot more relatable. I like that. The cog in the machine. And I'm not just talking about cog like in Gear of War. I'm talking in general. For example, Die Hard, McClane and Die Hard, played by Bruce Willis, where he's just a cop that happened to be in that big building on Christmas. It's a thing that happened to him. He could have happened to someone else or to nobody. Anyways, number 9, the sarcastic hey hi. What is the logic of programming your hey hi with some sarcastic or some sass or whatever? The AI always got something to unsettle you or to say something funny, or you got some repartee. And I find it always fun when they do that with AI. Some of the good example I have in mind come from video game like Eddie and Mass Effect, who like to do really weird joke with Joker, who is the pilot of the Normandy. The Normandy. Yeah. Oh, sorry about that. And also, in video game, there's also a Knight of the Old Republic. There's that fan favorite, HK-47, who is a very sarcastic killer droid, and he's usually quite funny and a very dark humor way, and he has total disrespect for life and stuff. And from books, there is one of my own favorite is Marvin the Marvin the paranoid robot from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. A robot that is so intelligent that is always filled to the brim with existential dread. And they made it so cute in the movie. The movie got a lot of stuff wrong, but Marvin with his big head, and somebody was like, "Oh, he looks so sad. It's a sad little robot. Oh, Marvin." I love Marvin. Poor him. Give Marvin a break. I heard he got a big break in the last novel of the series, but I stopped at the third. All right. Do I look good? Are Are my hair curly enough? Do I look curly enough? Number 8, cape. Big cape, big badass cape. I like, superheroes got capes since time immemorial. But I'm not talking about the small little cape. I'm talking about humongous cape. Like Spawn, who have a demonic giant big cape, or bonus if the cape is a living thing, like in Doctor Strange. I also like the big bad, Darth Vader. What would Darth Vader be without his big cape that almost goes to the down, or those Crimson Guard, also in Return of the Jedi. Big cape make impressive villain. And I like even it more when it's the protagonist or the bad guy who just remove dramatically the cape and the cape go float in the wind. And you know that shit are gonna go down because the cape has flied away. Woo! Alright. 7! Powerful 97! Giant robot. Of course, giant robot. Who doesn't like giant robot? Absurdly giant big robot. Gundam. Grandizer, aka Goldorak, Evangelion, and of course we finally had something made by the West, and Pacific Rim. And God, Pacific Rim was such a dream come true. The first one, anyways. I didn't like the second one. The second one didn't have the same oomph as the first. Yeah, giant robot. Piloted most of the time, but sometimes sentient, like the Transformer. We all love Optimus Prime and Bumblebee. Some people prefer Bumblebee. I don't, and Megatron and stuff. Yeah, giant robot, piloted or not piloted. Just give me a gigantic warrior the size of a building, and I'm gonna be happy as squeak. 6. Giant robot with cape. Now, that's so cool. It's absurd. Why would a robot need a cape? The robot doesn't need a cape. It's just for the cool factor. Tropes are not about logic or things that make sense. They're about cool. They're about coolness. They're about, and oh my god, the most recent example would be Megatron, and Dark Side of the Moon is my best Megatron. He's going around with a cape. He's beaten up, and he has a cape over his face. Like, wait, look at that! He's got a cape. Damn, he looked like this lost adventurer that the guy was lost everything, and he's the fallen king and stuff. And this cape just add gravitas to poor old Megatron, who has been beaten up in 2 movies so far, and he's about to be decapitated and stuff. Spoiler warning. Also, there have been giant cape and Getter robot, and there has been a glimpse of it, and Evangelion, especially when the red one. I don't think it looks. I think Eva 02. The big bot arrived, and he's got this bash that she used as a cape. Robot and cape. Doesn't make any sense. It's totally awesome. I want to see a Pacific Rim movie where the robot got a huge, gigantic cape. Alright? 5! We're going through this. Yeah. 5. Just another Wednesday. What I mean is, everything happened in the movie, video game, or whatever, and it's mostly in movie, and it's almost the end of the world. Things get destroyed, people get killed by the troll. Everything is going down really badly. It's a bad day. Everything seemed horrible and stuff, and by the end of the movie, it seemed to imply that, well, it was all horrible and stuff, but for the protagonist, it was just another Wednesday, That's a normal day for those people. And I think the best uber example of that is Dredd from 2013. Dredd, he fight an entire gang of drug dealers and a mega building in Mega City 1, and it's almost get killed 1,000 times. The building is almost destroyed. they got captured and beat up and stuff. But by the end of the movie, Dredd just go along, and it's like, okay, for Dredd, that's just another Wednesday. That's just a normal day for that guy, you know. And it's like, it it bring a level of badassness and the protagonist, you know, that he is facing that 2 or 3 times per week. That's normal for him, and it just up it just up the badassness of the character. It's amazing. I like this. Mmm, a flat monster, goddess, life is good. Oh! Okay, I have to practice my voice. It's terrible. All right, 4. The brute with a soft spot. I was talking about that list to some people. Sometime I work on a podcast and stuff, and one of the guy I was working with, he come up with a very 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 good example of the brute with a soft spot. Obelisk from the French, or is it Belgian? No, it's French. French comic book, Asterix. The brute with a soft spot is a humongous beast, a humongous fighter. He's a brute. He's an unstoppable force of nature, and he's always grumpy, and he ate the universe, and he liked to destroy things. But he have a soft spot. A soft spot, and you know, Obelisk and the Asterix comic, it's his little dog, that you know, my little dog, he's a strong little doggy called Idefix. Yeah, it's some kind of wordplay in French. Idefix. It is a little puppy, it's cute. And Obelisk is like, it would stop. He can destroy legion upon legion of the Roman army, but he loves his little puppy. He loves it so much. Another very good example, it's Groot from Guardian of the Galaxy. You know, in the first one, when he gave a flower to a child. And I remember in the theater. Do you remember theater? Does theater, you know, a lot of people stuck in the same place, listening to a movie together in a cathartic experience. Do you remember theater? Do you miss theater like I do? I miss theater. Yeah. I remember when Groot gave the flower to the little child, and everyone in the theater was like, "Oh, that's so cute!" And then after that, he destroyed an entire battalion of bad guy, and he looked with a smile, waiting for the approbation of the rest of the crew, and it's like, "Oh, Groot, Groot want to be validated by his comrade. Oh, it's so cute, it's so touching." We all like Groot. We are Groot. On the other hand of the spectrum, 3. The Magnificent Bastard. Oh, that's the kind of villain I like to get behind. That's the kind of villain I like in a story. The villain who knows what he's doing is bad. You know that what he's doing is reprehensible, but he had decided that that's his role in this story, and he totally accepted. He totally grind with it. What he's doing is horrible, but it's a greater cause. He know that history will remember him as a monster. He know he's a monster, and he decided to accept that fact of life. He doesn't lie to himself about being a hero or of his own story or anything. I like that kind of villain. And the best example comes from Serenities. Serenities, of course, the companion movie that follow up the Firefly series that was canceled too soon. Isn't that sad? Yeah. But you know, the operative was working with the Alliance. He was an assassin. He had to kill people, and he knew that he had to do bad thing to protect the secret of the Alliance. He knew he was a monster. He knew what he's doing was monstrous, but he totally accepted it as a fact of life. As someone has to be the monster, I will be that monster, and I accept it. That's the kind of villain that, oh my god, I can get behind so much. All right, what else there? Number two, colorful foot soldier. I would say minion, but when I say minion, everybody will think that it's about those yellow thing and Despicable Me, and I hate those yellow thing and Despicable Me. You know, minion, foot soldier, cannon fodder, the kind of grunt that the heroes and heroine got to get rid of and drove. Sometimes they fight army of them and they go out triumphant. I like the idea, I like the concept, and the more colorful those foot soldiers are, the more I am happy. I know it's absurd to put your minion and your soldier in colorful suit, but hey, I like that. I like that. Like I said, tropes are not made to be logic; they're made to be cool. That's and that. My God, that's mostly the realm of action figure because you know Cobra Army. I have a Cobra Army, by the way. The Crimson Guard, the Viper, the Cobra Soldier, all colorful. Some of the uniform are borderline absurd, but I like that. I like it. I like also the you know, and the Power Ranger when they bring a new version of the cannon fodder, and it's like, oh, how they gonna look this time? How are they gonna look this time? And I was so disappointed that they looked like Rock Lord and the big budget movie. You know, they put them and it's like, oh, okay, that's just a bunch of rock. That's boring. Anyway, I like God. I like my cannon fodder. I like my foot soldier, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, Putty and Power Ranger, Cobra Soldier and G.I. Joe. Bring it. I like them. I like to see the hero getting rid of army of those. I like it. All right. Yay. And number one, the heroes and the grinder. This one, this one is very special to me. But first, I'm gonna explain what it is. It is, you know, if I like that a hero get beat up, that when he triumph is not without struggle. He has to go through a grinder before achieving victory, because when he achieve victory, it's just more satisfying. There's such a better payoff when the hero got to suffer for his victory, you know? If he's not bloodied by the end of the movie, what he was doing, there was no opposition, you know? The triumph of a hero is equal to the opposition he has to face. And if he go through a movie without facing any real opposition and he finish wide, say clean and undamaged by the end of a movie, what kind of story it was? What kind of opposition? What kind of triumph is this? And that brings back a very fond memory because me and my father, we used to rent movies, you know, renting movies. Oh, you have no idea what it is. Okay. We would have a Friday night movies and we would like Bruce Willis movies, you know, like the three first Die Hard and all the thing. And he always ended up bloodied by the end of the movie. Bloodied by the end of the movie. And it's like, ah, yeah, man, he triumphed. But he had to fight hard. The victory is more deserved. And that's what makes great story. And that's why this is my favorite trope of all the 10 favorite tropes. And that was it. That was my 10 favorite tropes, ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between. By the way, a little plug here. This is from Ding & Craft. She's a friend of mine. She do that out of letter. She's doing every part of it. There's a link below if you can follow her Instagram. I strongly encourage you to go see her stuff. Her stuff is amazing. This is one of the simplest design that she do. She do amazing stuff. Mostly accessories these days. I don't think she has the time to do full-on armor like she used to do. She's very busy. But hey, go on Dang & Craft. Follow her stuff. Follow her page. I encourage you. All right? Magic isn't everything. Be a fairy! See you soon!
Haha! You thought I was gone! I'm not gone! Haha! Please like and subscribe and stuff, you know? Do the stuff, alright? everything! See you guys.
I decided to embrace the curl